الإدارية ونخلي الجامعة تفرغ وقتها لتطوير النظام التعليمي والتربوي. ونحن بشركة لوغوس في عنا خبراء مش بس اي تي باك جراوند، في عنا اكس ريجسترار وادميشنز بيشتغلوا معنا بالشركة، في عنا دكاترة بالجامعة كمان بيشتغلوا معنا بالشركة. يعني البرنامج جاي من طبيعة عملكم، so we know the business well. اوكي. بحب هيك اتطرق هيك شو التحسينات اللي عملناها هيدي السنة. باي ذا واي في عنا بروشور على الانترنس، اللي بحب يشوف تفاصيل عن الشركة وعن البرودكتس تبعتنا موجودة، واللي بحب يشوف ديتيل برزنتيشن عن الاس اي اس او عن اي موديول تاني بتقدمه شركة لوغوس، يو ار ويلكم. بنقدر نعمل سكجول معكم، بنعمل لكم برزنتيشن، بس مش رح اخذ وقت كتير هون بهيدا المؤتمر. اونلاين ابلكيشن عنا وفولو اب، اونلاين فولو اب، الطالب بيتابع من الريكروتمنت مثل ما قلت لكم لحد ما ينقبل بالجامعه. في عنا طبعا حسب امتحانات التقييس وال بالعربي انترنس اكزامز، اللي هي امتحانات القبول، القياس والتقييم. اهلين. ومنتابع الوثائق وقرار القبول، وطبعا منجرب قد ما فينا نتدخل نعمل فاليديشن على امور التزوير. يعني لما بيكون كل شيء اوتوميتد وويب سيرفيسز عنا، بنخفف قصه عمليه التزوير اللي دائما بتحكوا عنها بالمؤتمرات.
طيب، ان لم يكن هنالك،
انا عندي سؤال للدكتور ابو فرج.
تفضل.
Dr. Abu Faraj, I wish you would give us an idea about, you said that AUST has an experience in sending students abroad. Tell us to which countries and how did they come back, and what is their impression? Was their English good when they went there? But give us the experience.
Thank you, Dr. Haidar. For over a decade, the American University of Science and Technology has been engaged and progressively in exchange programs, whereby we are receiving students from abroad and we are sending graduates also and undergrads for short periods. We established, I'm not going to name the 25 universities that we have established cooperation agreements with, but I'm going to select a few of the renowned institutions. For instance, the Politecnico di Milano. We have been engaged with them for the past 10 years, over 10 years. And initially, we started that venture by sending 3 students studying biomedical engineering that had completed their undergraduate at AUST and then moved to the Politecnico di Milano for another 2 years and got their master's degree. Today, one of them is finishing, is completing a PhD in France. Another one has returned to Lebanon and is a director of biomedical engineering at one of the local hospitals. A third one is working in a medical company in Saudi Arabia. And then later on, we started receiving also students from Politecnico di Milano in different areas, business, communication, arts, and so forth. And that also led to the establishment of joint programs with them. One of them has been launched this year, and that's a fashion design. On the other hand, we have other students sent, for instance, to the US. In Villanova University, every year we send 2 or 3 students to continue their master's and PhD level, PhD degrees. Another student has been sent to the New Jersey Institute of Technology, and she's now completing her PhD in neural engineering. We send another student, a couple of students to Pittsburgh University. In Canada, we have also sent students to the École Polytechnique de Montréal. those are certain examples of the students going to the west, but also we have our gate open to the east. And 3 years ago, a candidate from the American University of Science and Technology has participated in a national competition funded by the Chinese government. And that student has won the first prize, and he was admitted to Wuhan University in China. And recently he came back with a master's degree, and now he's preparing to go to the US, and he did it in molecular biology. We had invited the student a few weeks ago to a UST to conduct a seminar, and it's amazing how this student, among other students, have developed a certain professional identity that is a bit more than what you get when the student stays in their homeland, because of the mixture of culture and the amalgamation of culture and language that they get from this exposure, which is about 2 to 3 years and even beyond. We had students coming from the US to learn the Arabic language, and also we had other team coming from Portugal. So definitely there is a tangible appreciation of the learning curve and the added value that these individuals are getting.
شكرا. Thank you دكتور زياد أبو فراج والدكتور يوسف الحسين. الآن حضر الأستاذ فادي الحكيم، ونطلب منه تقديم ورقته بعنوان Foreign Language Learning and No Frills Project for University Education.
Although the Arab world is going through a period of uncertainties as to outcomes, from that of the Arab Spring movements to that of regime changes, one thing remains certain: higher education can only thrive in an atmosphere of foreign language learning, where English comes first. In an academic program where matriculated language learners are preparing for instruction in a foreign language, the acquisition and mastery of this language is clearly of paramount importance. However, learning a foreign language to meet the needs associated with the non-native medium of instruction must not be the sole criterion by which we judge the utility of including foreign language learning. Indeed, the whole university program of any major is intended to equip a student for the future demands and challenges of the career or field for which the major itself has been chosen. Thus, real-life situations and communication needs come to the fore, compelling us as educators to include in our curricula all that will help a university graduate establish him or herself in the post-college life of work, business, research, or public office. It is only from this perspective, and without alluding to socio-political issues hotly debated in the Arab world, that we should regard English language learning as part and parcel of the whole educational process at university level. And familiarity with today's lingua franca must be provided through two channels. One, offering language courses aimed at building students' abilities in the four communicative skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing, irrespective of whether or not the students have previously been exposed to English in their schools. In this regard, the program of intensive English courses provided to enrolled students should not be ignored. 2. Incorporating English in various curricula of all majors, such that a percentage of the courses will be given in English, particularly those that are felt to bring about the greatest benefit in connection with later research or work if taught in English. It is quite understandable that some Arab students will grudgingly comply with this invasive insertion of a foreign tongue into their education. Nevertheless, if constantly reminded of the necessity of mastering another language for professional development purposes, and reassured that what is involved here pertains to nothing related to one's identity or cultural heritage, then this linguistic rehabilitation, so to speak, will certainly serve as a wellspring from which gush forth the waters of knowledge in all fields. Once this understanding of English language learning as being a non-culture specific process is established within the context of globalization, it becomes easy to proceed, searching for the best methods to be implemented in launching a bilingual program of college education. There is no need to enumerate the status privileges which the English language enjoys at present within the international family of world languages, but a few reminders will undoubtedly drive home the conception of the significance of according English language learning a prominent position in Arab universities' higher education systems. 1. English does not correlate with England or the United States of America exclusively. It currently has no cultural or even political specificity. It rather serves the daily communication purposes of as widely different countries as India and Canada, Ireland and Taiwan. 2. English has achieved a greater world spread than any other language in recorded history, a fact sufficient by itself to alert us to the importance of preparing our young generation to use it as the most efficient tool of a human interaction the world over. 3. The widespread use of audio, visual, and electronic media may allay fears that English will be disintegrated into naturally incomprehensible languages. In fact, by virtue of the media, English is being consolidated as a uniform system of living language, surpassing national or regional varieties. Finally, and stated objectively, English must be taught not only as a foreign language for easier communication, but as a medium of conveying and exchanging the whole spectrum of human thought through offering subject courses in English and referring to literature on the same subject in English. Otherwise, it would later be too late to redress or rectify the hampering situation of poor linguistic competence in English among our Arab students. Lifelong projects of continuing or complementing education can in no way act as substitutes for the foreign language learning programs offered during the academic formative years. Thank you.
Thank you أستاذ فادي حكيم. طيب هل هنالك أسئلة؟ تعليق؟ بنشكر جميع من تحدث في هذه الجلسة، والآن تقدم الدروع للمتحدثين. شكرا جزيلا.